Hello everybody, welcome to Nintendo Pow Block here on Boss Rush Games. I'm the lighted excited ADV. Joining me is the one, the only bossman himself, Mr. Corey Dirrig. Hello, good sir.
Hello, I'm going to fuse this microphone to my monitor and make a Jumbotron.
Yes.
I don't know what that means. It's fine.
And
somebody will get it.
It is his turn. It is his time to shine. The one, the only, Daniel. Hello, good sir.
Hey, what's going on? I can't think of anything to fuse, but I could fuse my Switch to my hands and probably be a lot happier.
How about fusing like a cheeseburger to, I don't know, some nacho fries or something?
Oh, don't talk about food right now. My whole body hurts from eating so much this weekend.
Oh, wow. Well, Daniel, how was your weekend?
It was good. I ended up having to work today, but it wasn't the worst. Although something weird did happen. It's Palm Sunday when we're recording this, and at my job, I was at the front desk, and a woman walked up to me with her palms and started hitting me in the face with them, and she was like, "I'm blessing you with good luck." And I was like, "I don't think so. You're hitting me with stuff." So be careful out there.
You're hitting me with stuff.
Oh, wow.
It's so weird.
That's funny.
I work
what
with
about
old
you?
people
Oh,
in
go ahead.
context.
What about you, Corey?
It was good. We celebrated my son's birthday this weekend. He turned 2. So of course, a 2-year-old has to get Casa del Rio catering and birthday cake. So, it was fun. It was a small party, but it was a lot of fun. And he's still playing with all of his toys and is very upset when we say it's time to go to bed and he can't take them with him. So, it's cool. He got this little car track toy though, where it has 6 different levers and buttons and spinny things at the bottom. And we put it together and there's all the different buttons and levers control different bridges and a ramp and a swinging kind of thing and a helicopter, and it's cool, man. And you just make the car go. When it gets to one of the obstacles, you have to figure out which lever or button goes with the right obstacle, and then once you figure it out, the car keeps going. It's so cool. It's really cool. I played it with it for an abnormal amount of time for an adult, but that's fine.
All right. Well, for me, we were supposed to get our floors done Thursday night, so it was supposed to be my second time doing overnight. And I got the associates out. I had the money in the back for me to count. I have my dinner and everything. And the guys, they get there. I showed them to the back where they need all the stuff. I'm like, okay, this is where this is where they put the stuff. And he was just like, do you have this particular kind of wax? And I was just like, well, everything should be there. Like, we didn't, I'm like, they did the ordering and everything, and we had it sit here, and they moved everything here. And he's just like, we cannot do the floors without this wax. So I spent a whole hour talking to my store manager to find out whoever has this wax, can we get some? Problem is, I can't leave the store because I'm the only manager there. With the people, with the floor care people, and no other store had the wax, so they couldn't do the floor. I found a number. I ordered 6 boxes of the wax, and I gotta wait for it to come in. And now I gotta wait. This is gonna be my 3rd time trying to do it overnight, so they could do our floors. Oh. And I'm like, are you serious?
Well, sorry, Ed. That's you should stock the right wax.
We had they're thinking that the manager who came before us threw out that wax. And I'm like, oh, you serious? So I ordered it. I didn't sign no paperwork. We all like seeing me and the other guy. He see me do the ordering. So hopefully it comes this Friday. We're going to get in touch with them, touchdown base, be like, we got the wax, we got everything. We are ready to do this, get this floor wax. Cause I have my Switch. I had my games. I had my food in there, and my food was very simple. I had a drink, like a grape crush. I had a small sandwich, and I had just some chips. I didn't go overboard. Wasn't trying to eat all this fat food, and I wasn't trying to do all of that. Was trying to have a nice, I won't say balanced meal, but a meal to keep me awake, I should say. And they canceled, so I just put that stuff in the refrigerator. I'm like, this would be good till tomorrow, and that was my Friday lunch. Yesterday. I mean, on Friday. Other than that, just working and analyzing a certain trailer that we are going to be touching down on, everybody. And I'm excited to have that discussion.
Yeah,
So.
we're gonna have a big discussion. So hope you brought your Zelda pants, because that's what we're talking about, everybody. Spoilers.
I was trying to save it, boss. You should have said.
Well, too late. Look, if they clicked on the video or listened to the podcast and saw the title or looked at the thumbnail, they know what we're talking about. Okay.
Well, shoot, it could have been about E3.
Nobody's talking about E3. Nobody cares about E3. E3's dead.
I care about E3.
No, you don't. You care about the idea of E3. You don't care about E3.
I care. Yes, I do. I care about E3.
Well, good news, Ed. Jeff Keighley's Summer Game Fest is happening, so you can say it's time for Keighley 3.
Let me go buy some alcohol, drink myself to sleep.
Oh, good. But I need you to take notes, because you take notes, and I just watched like an idiot. So
yeah, I'm prepared to watch that Wreck Fest of a show and try to figure out.
Oh, maybe it'll be good this year, Ed. You don't know.
Won't be E3, that's for sure.
Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Dave.
If you want to be a Patreon producer, head on over to Patreon, patreon.com/BossRushMedia, and find out which tier is right for you. Our Patreon producers at the $5 tier or higher for this month are Adriel Munger, Austin Campbell, Celeste Roberts, Christian S., Sana Dirrig, Francisco Santillan, and Rebecca Jewell. Thank you for your continued support.
Well, well, with that, everybody, it's time for Snacktendo. Corey, go ahead. What have you been snacking on?
Well, we got Casa del Rio catering, so we got to make our own tacos and burritos, and so we ordered the feeds 10 to 12 people, and there was 15 people at our party, and we still brought home another tray and ate it tonight for lunch and still had leftovers. So and that includes me eating more tacos than I care to admit. So they were really tasty. I love Casa del Rio. It is so good.
Did you make any burritos or
just? Well, we got a lot of the taco shells, and so I had a lot of the tacos. Dude, their crunchy taco shells are so light and crispy, and they're like I haven't had their ground beef since last year when we did this, and like I forgot how good their ground beef was. It is so good. It's really like it has just the right amount of seasoning on it, and man, when you put some cheese on there and a little bit of the grilled vegetables and some of the Spanish rice, delicious.
See, I would be jealous of the Spanish rice because I think I would just be eating tons of it. You'd be like,
"Oh wow, we have more if you want some. I can just mail it to you." But what I did to the crunchy, what I did for the crunchy tacos, okay, So they bought the street corn dip for the chips. We bought it separate. We didn't buy it from there. But what I did was I spread it on a soft shell taco. I spread the corn dip and then wrapped the crunchy taco shell in that, and then ate it. And it was amazing.
That is on our itinerary in
Yeah,
September,
it's
right?
there. Yep. By the way, tickets went on sale for the Cleveland Gaming Classic, which I'm excited for. It's $87 for the whole weekend. It's like, man, that's pretty cheap. So
I
I
need
think
to buy my ticket then.
yeah. So
Hey, can you send me the link?
no, sure, I'll send it to you.
Thank you.
Although I'm kind of mad because I inquired about how like about us being media and how if there's any special way we should be covering this event. I emailed them 3 times and they still have yet to get back with me. So little sparse on their communication, we'll say. So
Okay.
sorry, that's my rant about that. But
and it's what, Saturday and Sunday, right?
it is Saturday and Sunday. I think it's Friday also, but I'm not 100% sure.
Okay.
But also there's an after party, which is from like 6 to 10, and it's just like a bunch of arcade stuff, and there's arcade tournaments, and I think the big tournament this year is a Street Fighter 2 tournament, and I think there's a Tekken tournament this year now. So that's cool.
Nice. Well, anything else, Corey, or just
Birthday cake, man. Birthday cake. Chocolate birthday cake with icing, like the good icing, not like the I've got all these allergies. I gotta have like the
whipped cream?
toothpaste icing. No, it was good. I'm just kidding. If you have food allergies, I'm sorry, but I had to make
I
that
love
joke.
that buttercream
That's what
icing.
we had. It was buttercream.
Yes.
So, oh man, I had like I had like 5 pieces of birthday cake in 2 days.
Nice.
To be fair, they were squares. They were little squares like this. They weren't like the big wedges, but still. I complain about how fat I am, and then I eat 5 pieces of cake and wonder why. You know, I'm one of those people. I'm like the people at McDonald's who get a Diet Coke, and then they're like, "Why did I gain weight?"
Because you got
The
2 number ones for
I've added
yourself.
a salad to every meal.
What, Daniel?
I've added a salad to every meal. Why am I not losing weight?
Yeah, right. That guy.
Yep.
You're small though, so I mean, you look small.
It just kind of bows out below the camera.
Oh, wow. Well, Daniel, where have you been snaking on?
So I went to a place called Smash Burger. I don't know if you guys have that out there.
We used to, but I gotta see. I think they relocated in our area.
We don't have it, but I know what it is, and I've heard good things about it.
Yeah, so I got a burger and fries that were really good. They have like their own like house sauce for their burgers that's like almost kind of like a spicy mustard sort of sauce. And it was really good. I hadn't been in a long time because I had gotten like a chicken sandwich from there like 6 years ago that was like criminally raw to the point where I'm pretty sure I got some sort of mild form of food poisoning. So I had to DoorDash something to my work today, and that was like the only thing nearby. So I was like, oh, here we go. But it turned out to be really good. So I definitely go back and recommend it if it's in your area. I'm not sure how widespread they are. I know they're a pretty big chain, but I don't know if they're everywhere. Sounds like they're not everywhere because you guys don't have one too close.
Yeah, they're not like local or anything. For me, they're normally by our malls and everything. So but the one mall that I have to go to, they have it like it's a place called Vernon Hills. They have it there close to that area. The one in Gurnee, they don't have one there. So I kinda gotta go out like 25 minutes to go get one.
Oh yeah, I don't think it's probably worth traveling. It's not traveling good, but when you're stuck at work and can only basically get one food delivered from one place. Not a bad option.
So I know for me, I could get Chili's, Denny's, uh, Jimmy John's, Chipotle delivered to me. Not so much Potbellies. Potbellies don't deliver or anything. And I'm just like, man, I'll be wanting a sandwich. Oh, and Domino's, of course. Be like, man, I'll be wanting a sandwich and some soup from Potbellies, but they don't deliver. So I'll be like, oh, dang it.
You got to be careful if you're eating Denny's. That can be a recipe for disaster.
Well, with Denny's, it's very rare that I order from Denny's,
Gotcha.
and if I do order, it's mostly like the breakfast stuff, like the moves over Miami, kind of thing. I'll order that for breakfast, and if I normally do it now, I'll do it on a Sunday if I'm at work. Other than that, Denny's be closing sometimes. They'll open up like at 1 o'clock in the afternoon and then be closed by 7 o'clock at night. Be like, dang, like kind of hours is this? But there's a lot of I didn't know that there was a lot of places that they have to set certain hours of their opening and closing because of employment. They just don't have enough employees.
Gotcha. Because Wendy's is supposed to, or Denny's is supposed to be your like 24-hour, like kind of the munchie type place.
And they changed they stopped doing 24 hours after the pandemic happened.
Wow. Maybe they just figure like 1 to 7 is like peak insatiable craving time.
But it's weird because like at midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning, that's when they start making all the business because everybody, like we have a Christian college by us, and a lot of the students they go there, kind of like after their service or the study or have their discussions, they go there. Sometimes drag performers they go there. People who are on dates or getting out the movies go the Denny's because it's the only place that's open. So when it's like at 1 o'clock at night, they get packing, they get busy. So y'all about to make a good $400 some, and the tipping is about to be on point because I'm like, if you got all of these plus 5 and more people and they got to add gratitude to it, oh, y'all about to make some money.
Yeah, seriously. It's the same with IHOP.
Oh shoot, IHOP, they shut it down. No, IHOP be like, we are locking our doors at 10 o'clock. You should have been here at 9 a.m. Goodbye, good night. So, wow. But IHOP is good.
Wow.
Well, for me, everybody kind of heard my story. I got some cosmic brownies for Little Debbie's. That was my little snack for the overnight shift. Didn't really do that much like weird foods or candy this week. And drinking a lot of water. I've been a good boy this week. I did have a Whopper though from Burger King.
There it is.
Some fries.
There it is.
I had that for lunch today. Because I had to eat it for a while. I was going to get a gyro Saturday night, but I came home after work and fell into darkness. And when I woke up, it was 4 o'clock Sunday morning. I'm like, okay. So then I was just like, oh, Corey texted me. I'll write him back in the morning. And I'm about to wake him up.
And you didn't text me back until I texted you back.
I did text you back.
Are you alive?
Well,
I asked if you were alive.
Not that one. I'm talking about I fell asleep Saturday night. You text me like at 9:30 Saturday, and I was dead asleep. And when I woke up and I seen the text, it was 4 a.m. Sunday morning. Not the few texts that you sent me. I told you I was alive.
I believe you.
Okay. So, but everybody, now it's time for Playing with Power. Daniel, what have you been playing with Power?
So, the thing of probably less interest was I started playing Digimon Next World Order on Switch, obviously,
Yes.
Ooh.
which just released a few weeks ago, maybe a month or two at this point. But it's not awesome. Like, it's cool and I enjoy it. It's basically like Sims meets Pokemon. That's probably about it. There's not a whole meets semi-open world.
Hmm.
Sounds
Meets
riveting. It sounds like you're real excited to keep playing.
to- it's a lot like having like a Tamagotchi pet type thing, for those who remember that.
Mm.
It's not terrible. It seems like it's a very niche thing that,
Mm.
like, if you like Digimon and you kind of like Pokemon and you kind of like Sims and you kind of like Tamagotchi thing, at least one of those things might pull you in, but probably definitely not recommended for the average gamer who's just like, what should I play today? Because
Mm.
it's very specific and a lot of times it's boring. But if you find value in those specific things I previously mentioned, you'd probably enjoy it quite a bit.
Hmm.
If you
I
do not,
wonder.
you probably won't.
I wonder if the last Digimon game that came out has hurt that series in a sense.
Survive.
Yeah.
Cyber Sleuth. That's the only one I know because that name's funny.
So Cyber Sleuth is actually pretty fun. And Survive isn't bad as long as you understand what you're getting into. That you're playing a
Hmm.
visual novel. You're not playing an SRPG. Like, there's elements of it, but you're playing a visual novel. You're point and clicking a lot. You're not strategically locating Digimon on a map.
It
And
just
they
seems
should
like a lot
probably
of
make
talking.
they should probably create that Digimon game where you're strategically moving them across a map, because everybody apparently wants that if they want a Digimon game at all, which is probably not a huge portion of people anyway.
Hmm.
But it's fun because they always try different things with their games, and the results are always so mixed. But part of it, the fun, is that every game is so different. Like, Cyber Sleuth is a JRPG, Survive is a visual novel, whatever you'd like to classify Next World Order as. It's a Digimon World game.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Doesn't really match anything else too much other than like Pokemon, if you're looking to have the Pokemon be way needier and require far more attention.
Hmm. I don't
I
like
would
my
like.
Pokemon to be needy.
I would like a Digimon 2D beat 'em up game.
Hmm.
I think they kind of have that with, like, it's like called like Digimon Ready to Rumble or something like that for the GameCube, which is basically like Digimon Smash Brothers.
Hmm.
So if you have nothing to do, like literally nothing to do, maybe check that out.
Okay.
But I'm not sure it's worth digging into the game archive to find that one.
Uh,
Would be
or,
a guess. But the real thing
uh,
that I've started playing and it's this little indie game called Breath of the Wild, and I'm sure a few other people have started playing that game as well. So I haven't played through the entirety of Breath of the Wild. Um, when I first when I first got my Switch, I had a Switch Lite, and playing Breath of the Wild on it was not particularly fun because of the really small screen.
hmm.
And now that I've was able to save up and buy like the full Switch, I figured I'd try again, and it's far more fun on, like, even just the bigger Switch screen, let alone on the TV.
Mm-hmm.
So like I
Yeah.
played like 20 hours on the Switch Lite, and it just kind of like burned out because it's so small. And like the Switch Lite's a cool thing, and it's great that it's like a lower cost option, but like for that particular game, it just kind of zaps the big open feel of it because it's such a congested little screen.
Yeah. I Breath of the Wild, like I I played a lot in handheld mode, but like for the bigger moments and like when I was really trying to do something, the TV. I I I refuse to play. I'm pretty sure I'm going to refuse to play Tears of the Kingdom in handheld mode
Hmm.
for any longer stretch than I absolutely have to, right? I mean, it's that game requires a big TV and a lot of space and a lot of viewing and Yeah. I actually have considered going back to Breath of the Wild a bunch the last like 4 or 5 months. I mean, it's too late now for me. It's too late. It's too late. It's too late for me now. Uh, just to kind of go. I've actually been playing it a little bit too. Just to kind of get. I've been mostly just roaming the world and getting refamiliarizing myself with the geography and the mechanics of the game. Even though I know the mechanics are going to change for the new one, but just getting used to. Oh well, the stamina meter and shooting the bow and uh switching weapons and doing all that kind of stuff, and getting used to the way that the geography works and how a lot of the mechanics work, because obviously I'm probably going to spend another 200 hours in this game or more at some point. So uh man, checked my timer on Breath of the Wild the other day. 241 hours.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I've over the last, like, after I beat it, I've probably spent another like 20 or 30 hours just messing around in it over the last couple years, right? Just running around and hunting and collecting resources for no good reason. But I finished that game with like 215 hours or so poured into it, because man, every shrine, every Korok seed, all the secret stuff. I 100%ed the map, which was really difficult to do. Like, it was tough, but also fun. And something I think I'm going to do. So every time I think about Breath of the Wild and Zelda, like, I think about doing this massive kind of Zelda project where where I play through all the games in order, just to see how they evolve and kind of record it and see what happens. But uh I don't know. I still want to do that, but man, Breath of the Wild's so good. It's so good, and
Yeah.
I'm really hoping that they're not going to overcomplicate things with all these new mechanics. You know, although I thought
Mhm.
at first Breath of the Wild was kind of complicated, and then I figured it out and it was fine. So you know, but
It's like a content creator's heaven based on that. Like the footage they released of like combining different things. There's going to be like all the videos of like, I combined this with this and look what happened.
Oh,
yeah,
we would get to it. Trust me,
I would
we're going to
really
get to
laugh.
that.
I would really laugh if the Banjo Kazooie amiibo did something hilarious in that game. Like if they
Yeah.
gave you a pair of yellow shorts or something, that'd be so funny.
Yeah. Oh, is that all, Daniel, that you've been playing?
Yep, that's it.
All right. Corey, where have you been playing with Power?
Um, not. I haven't really been playing a lot, mostly because I was trying to get our April Patreon stuff squared away. And good news, everybody! All your expansion pass episodes are recorded and loaded for the month. So
Yay.
yeah. And then so I did all the Patreon stuff that we've had available, and kind of reworking the schedule, and it's been a long week of getting stuff ready. So I haven't really played a whole lot. I did mess around a little bit in Breath of the Wild and a little bit in Link's Awakening. I did play the first 2 hours of the Resident Evil 4 remake, which a lot of people know I don't do spooky games or scary games, and I agreed to play this game for book club, and uh it's not a game I would usually play. I'm not 100% sure I would have played it if I didn't already agree to it, but I see why people like it, and uh it's a very beautiful game. I think the ray tracing is great. I think the
Mm-hmm.
graphical fidelity of this game is really great. Although from what I remember of Resident Evil 2 remake, I think that game might actually look a little bit better, but I'm not 100% sure because I didn't play a whole lot of it either. So uh but yeah, I think if you're a Resident Evil 4 fan, you should definitely play it, because it looks great, plays great.
I haven't even got to the town yet. Like, I literally put it to the side, and I know I need to pick it up and everything.
What do you mean? That's like the first thing you do.
Well,
What'd you do? Turn it on, get out of the cop car, and then turn it off?
No, I got to the car, got out the car, went through the house. I enjoyed that part. I'm heading to the town.
Oh, right.
But I
I
just
forgot
put
about
it
the
on
house.
pause. Yeah, I just put it on pause and took it, took the game out so I could watch a DC movie.
Oh.
And I need to pop it back in and start it back up.
Do you?
Everything. Actually, the house part is actually longer than the original one.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a unique perspective on book club because I never played through the original, so
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna see how that goes. But yeah, so
Yeah. Oh, go ahead,
what?
Corey.
Oh, I was
Oh,
gonna
go
say
ahead.
I was trying to finish my thought on Resident Evil and move on. But I played some Disney Dreamlight Valley. I'm prepping for the arrival of Simba and Nala with the Lion King update coming April 5th. Everybody, mark that on your calendars. That's this Wednesday, I believe. So today, if you're listening to this on free feeds, tomorrow, if you're listening on Patreon. It's very I'm getting to the point where like I'm just grinding for quests now and like trying
Mm-hmm.
to finish up these quest lines and storylines and everything. And uh I'm a little behind. Actually, I'm very behind, but it's still fun. Still enjoying myself. So
What's sort of the origin of? I've heard you talk about this game a lot. What's like the 30-second origin of you in Dreamlight Valley?
I don't
Is
know.
it
I
just
just
like
I
you love it? Is it like
so
is it
I
something you'd recommend?
I'm actually not really like an Animal Crossing or Stardew Valley type person, but I don't know. I thought I would give it a try because it was on Game Pass, and I was actually looking for something that my daughter could like interact with and watch me play, and we did that Disney kind of Disneyland adventures thing, and it was fine, but it doesn't run very well. It runs at like 20 frames a second and very choppy and hard crashed a couple
Yikes.
times. So I figured Disney Dreamlight Valley would be something that she could watch me play. It's really easygoing, and I let her design the character that you play as and stuff. And um, I actually started playing it because none of the characters were unlocked, and she didn't want to watch unless I had Anna and Elsa unlocked. Um, so the origin of me playing it was to try to get to that point and show her those characters. And somewhere in between there, I just kind of got addicted to the gameplay loop and upgrading Scrooge's store and building a farm and finding the new characters. And then I got really into like checking the updates on what characters are coming and uh building out the town. And now there's a Disney World, like there's a Disney Parks themed set coming, so you could design your island to look like the theme parks now. And I don't know, I'm like really into it now, and it wasn't really meant to happen that way. So I don't know. That was kind of the origins though, was because I was trying to look for something fun for my daughter to kind of like interact with. Um so yeah, she likes that I found Olaf, and she's mad that I haven't found his arms yet. So because
What
the
are you
Is
whole
it a
doing with your life?
quest?
yeah, the whole quest is to like find Olaf and put them back together. And I put them all back together except for finding his arms. I know where his arms are. I just don't feel like doing the Dark Realm portal stuff because it's not that it's hard. It's just like it's kind of not the fun part of the game. It's like where
Mm-hmm.
you actually have to go do stuff and find stuff. Uh, so, but yeah, I mean it's fun. It's addicting. It's like the downtime game. Although I think my island is going to miss me over the next, I don't know, couple months when Zelda comes out, because it's not going to be attended to at all. So
Hmm.
Yeah, it's yeah.
yeah, it's really cool though, because watching some of the characters interact with each other, and then like some of the quests involve multiple characters from different sides of the Disney universe. Like
Mm.
there's a whole alien invasion quest that involved Donald, Goofy, and Stitch, which was really fun. Um, Scrooge McDuck's involved in a lot of it. He's like the Tom Nook of the island, where like you have to go to him to upgrade stuff and buy stuff, and he's kind of annoying, but also I upgraded his store and now he doesn't bother me, so that's kind of nice. Goofy's an idiot. I just sell him everything and he gives me a whole bunch of money and I never buy anything from him. So that's also fun. Like what I'll do is like I'll buy the seeds for the plant for like growing crops and stuff, and then I'll
Mm-hmm.
turn around and just sell him the crops that I grew the seeds from. So like a bag of tomato seeds costs like, I don't know, we'll say like 40 coins or whatever, and then I'll sell him the whole batch of tomatoes from the seeds that I buy, and I'll make like 300 coins per whatever. It's just like it's hilarious.
It
Uh,
sounds really similar to Digimon Next World Order, where like in this case it's Digimon characters. Like there's this one that has a lot of string and doesn't know what to do with it, so you have to go out and find him a stick, and then he makes you a fishing rod, and then
mhm.
you're able to fish.
Yeah,
So that was what I was curious about.
yeah. One of the earliest quests is you have to like build a fish. You have to like find and build all your tools that you use, and the fishing rod is Goofy's kind of tool that you have to use, and like you have to like kind of go through and craft it for him, and uh, then each tool you have has like 3 or 4 stages of upgrading,
Mm-hmm.
and that's also it's cool, but it's also kind of annoying because it's like there's certain areas of the map you can't access without upgrading them all the way, or you have
Hmm.
to like go the long way around, or you have to like figure out a different way to get there, and that's kind of annoying. But again, if I just played the game like I'm supposed to, it probably would have happened already. I just have trying to my whole thing is like I'm trying to upgrade the different things. Like Moana's boat, for example, I upgraded her boat all the way, and she goes and fishes for me and brings me back fish, so I don't have to fish, which is nice. And so I'm trying to find all the automated things so I don't have to do them anymore, and I can just gain, you know, inventory on all that stuff, so I can go
Mm-hmm.
do other things.
Yeah, so in Next World Order, it's the same. Like you explore the open world and you find Digimon, and then if you complete their quests, they move into your town. And then as you
Yeah,
continue along, your town gets bigger and more updated and slowly becomes a city. So it's that sounds like it's kind of the same thing,
yeah,
but with
yeah. You
Disney.
have
Yeah.
to bring more characters to the onto the into the valley. You have to go to their realm and do all their quests for them, and then they'll move in and provide different things for you. But then they also offer you quests once they get to the valley. So
Gotcha.
yeah. But
All
yeah, I've been kind of messing around with that, and then obviously Destiny, the seasonal story wrapped up this week, so finish that up.
right. Well, for me, I'm going to keep it very short. Been playing Spec Ops: The Line. I'm almost at the ending of the game. I haven't beaten it before, so this is going to be my first time beating this game. I have it on PS3, but I ended up just started playing other stuff on PS3 and just never got to finish it. So I am playing it on my Series X, and decided to like power through a lot of it. But die here and there. As great as Spec Ops the Line is, sometimes it has that Call of Duty problem where the enemies blend in with the background, so
Oh,
it's
you mean
kind of hard
the
to
game is
see.
brown? The game,
Yes.
it's the Gears of War problem, right? Remember that era between like 2006 and like 2011 where everything was just brown, like
Yeah.
different shades of brown.
And you'd be like, where the heck this shot coming from? Because that happened even when I was doing like Battlefield 3. I'm like, man, where in the heck is these shots coming from? Why am I dying so much? And then you look around, you can barely see them. I'm like, oh, they got them blended in, or they're hiding, or something. I'm doing something wrong. Uh, but yeah, I'm kind of like close to the end of it. I just got a few more fights to do before I get to the ending, and then I guess I got to make some choices, and then I'll finish the game for the first time. But Spec Ops: The Line is good. It is a good game. It's just it definitely has that 2K quality, even though Jaeger made this. But the reason I say it has this 2K quality because it kind of reminds me of Mafia 3 also. in a sense, with like some of the character models and the way that it feels. And I'm like, can't believe this feels like a little bit like Mafia 3, even though Jaeger didn't make Mafia 3 and stuff. It just has that feeling to it, but it is a good game. So I'm going to be wrapping that up, and then I'm going to jump back into Octopath Traveler 2. That was my plan, to play that game while the forest was getting done. But unfortunately it just didn't happen. So it's I just put it down and just started playing my Series X for the time being. But I am going to return to Octopath Traveler 2. I'm going to return to the Kirby and the Dreamland Deluxe. I'm going to return to that, try to probably wrap that up, like start working on it and finishing it up. Because it is a pretty fun game. I am enjoying it. And then I'm just going to get some of this backlog stuff done and everything. Probably wrap up Metro Prime Remaster. And yeah, and then just go from there. With my games and stuff. I know I still got this One Piece Odyssey for my Series X that I need to start. So I'm excited to put that in and play it, and wrap that up and stuff. So, but pretty much that's all I've been playing, everybody. It is time for Family News. Corey, take it away.
All right, so I'm going to swap some of these stories around real quick because I figure we're going to spend the most time on Zelda, and I do kind of want to hit on at least one of these stories. So, so we're going to start with the last story on our doc. It's official, guys. E3 has been canceled. Hooray.
Boo.
Once again, E3 has been canceled due to a lot of interest from publishers and developers to do their own events instead of going through ReedPop and the ESA, with Microsoft hosting their own, Ubisoft and Sega not attending, and Nintendo not attending. It just it's not happening, guys. E3, ReedPop put out a thing on their Twitter account saying that they were not able to put an event together based on these companies not attending. Obviously Microsoft is doing their own summer conference. Ubisoft came out and said they're doing their own thing in LA. Nintendo, I'm assuming, will have some sort of direct around then. Maybe not that week. Maybe it'll be the week before, or the week after, or something. Sony will have some sort of showcase, I'm sure. So I just think that the magic of E3 is gone because it's so easy to do your own videos, right? I mean, not to blame Nintendo, but I think Nintendo, well, really Activision was the first one to pull out in like 2008. But like, I think Nintendo with the Direct was kind of like the first to kind of, they were the first sword in the box, and everybody else just kind of started planting their swords in here. Now I don't know. I think E3 is, I don't think E3 is going to exist anymore. I think it's done. I think it's over.
Well, I know with E3, it was mostly when we was watching E3, it's about the shows, the conference stuff. And then when it got to everything else, we didn't really pay attention. Like if Nintendo really was going to be at E3, it was going to be Treehouse Live. And everything.
Well, I mean, that's how it's been for years, right? So.
Yes. Like even with Microsoft and Sony, everything, when it came to them, they would show their conference, but they weren't having stuff like Treehouse Live at the show. And definitely when they changed from the booth babes to the indie
the
stuff.
Lack of booth babes is what killed E3.
And I mean, with the way that people was dressing, because cosplay was a thing that was part of E3, and I'm just talking about some of the old stuff that didn't, I won't say stick around, but they made changes for like the present E3. It just felt like a lot of people, or a lot of companies and stuff, decided to be like, well, if we're not going to really showcase anything because we really haven't been there to showcase anything. What is the point? What is the point of us being there? Like definitely with Microsoft and Sony, they had these grand showcases, but like a lot of the games that they were showing, as good as they were, a lot of them didn't have dates, or a lot of them were just like CG cutscenes that we would see. And you really didn't get any reporting on it unless they had video showcasing that of them playing it or talking about it. They mostly just interviewing developers, and they just having a basic conversation. So what was the point of that? You know, I
Yeah.
think with E3 being canceled this year, yes, it does open up people to check out Summer Game Fest or any other kind of direct or whatever showcase that they believe in that they want to watch. I think it's going to make reporting a little bit easier. Excuse me, but it's going to be like if there's not nothing good people are going to be wild about from a lot of showcases. I think it's going to be a summer that all the backlog games or summer games that's people have, they're going to be working on that. Or maybe a lot of people are going to finally go on vacations and take time away from games. You know,
But
it's going to be. Oh, go ahead, Corey.
I was gonna say, like, I feel like there's still a lot of games coming out this summer, though, right? I mean, I feel like I don't feel like they can't come to E3 because they don't want to show their games. I feel like they don't want to they don't want to spend tens of $1 million on booths, getting their staff there, uh, you know, paying Reed Pop when they can just do a small production in house and have generic lady voice tell you about their games, right? Like, I mean, look what Sony does. They put some gameplay clips on there. They might have Jim Ryan say something. They might have executive here say something on camera. But other than that, like, it's just a voiceover lady talking about
Mm-hmm.
these games. 2 to 5 minute trailer. Maybe they spotlight a game, and that's it. That's like a 1/100th of the price it costs to go to E3. So why wouldn't you take that route? And like, it's
Well,
different. It's different for someone like Microsoft who's going to be there, but they own the Microsoft Theater, right? So
you're right.
they're like not paying to be there. They have their own theater, right? Or someone like Ubisoft who has a space down there. I actually think they're also using the Microsoft Theater. Like, they're already going to, I think they would rather pay a partner than some event promotional specialist, right? Like, I don't know, man.
Well,
I don't see E3 coming back from this.
well, and yeah, I could see that. I think the thing about it is that I think there's the reaction from the gamers that these companies have taken notice of, and be like, well, if it feels like people are saying our stuff is underwhelming year after year, and we're getting negative press, we might as well save money, still get negative press, but save money doing getting that negative press. So we could do a state of play or a Nintendo Direct. Like, what is going to hurt us is already recorded video, so we could just put it out, and whatever reaction we get, we just get. You know, we
Mhm.
didn't pay all this money to come here to get a negative reaction. You know, from
Right.
the community and everything. Like, and me and you, we talked about this, Corey, that in order for E3 kind of to thrive bigger in a sense, like if you have games almost ready, give us a demo. Let us feel E3 even though
Well,
we're not able to be there.
that's the thing too, is you have to cut time out to create that vertical slice, especially if you're going to have the public there. You have to stop
Hmm.
development. I mean, not all development, but a lot of your team has to go off and polish this one little section of the game to like demo to people who are going to come play it for 10 minutes. Like, that also costs them money that they would rather spend on like polishing the game, like,
Yeah.
or continue development on the game. So it's just E3 is just a waste of time, money, and resources at this point for these companies when they know they can do it cheaper and probably better. I mean, Nintendo showed everybody that you can do it cheaper and better by doing Nintendo Directs. Everybody loves Nintendo Directs. Why do you think everybody
Excuse me,
started doing them?
we literally had an E3 level Nintendo Direct in February. Like, that's crazy. And I think we just expect that same kind of level. And I think with E3, talking about that same kind of level, is that it was more of a community thing. People would pay money to go to E3 and be able to be there in the presence. And now that the community is online, of course it's safer. People could create content from it and everything. It just, yeah, the money portion of it, these companies are definitely saving, um and everything. But if they feel like, well, we don't got nothing to present, that's worrisome that you guys don't have nothing to present, because it's just like, what games are you planning
But
to release for
it's
this year? Because right now,
it's not that they don't have anything to present. It's just that they don't want to present it and spend the money to do that. Let me tell you all the major games coming out between May and September. Okay, we have Redfall, Zelda, Lego 2K Drive, Lord of the Rings Gollum, Suicide Squad potentially. We don't know if it's been delayed or not. They haven't said anything. That's just May. June we have Etrian Odyssey Origins Collection, Street Fighter 6, We Love Katamari Reroll plus Royal Reverie, Diablo 4, Goodbye Volcano High, Alien Dark Descent, Crash Team Rumble, Final Fantasy 16, Sonic Origins Plus, Story of Seasons, Ghost Trick. And then in July we have Pikmin 4, Hogwarts Legacy is coming to Switch, Disney Illusion Island, Exo Primal gets a full release. The Legend of Heroes Trails into Reverie, which I know a lot of people are excited for.
mhm.
August, we have Atlas Fallen. We have Sea of Stars, Baldur's Gate 3. September, we have Starfield, Rune Factory 3 Special, and and Spider-Man is also rumored for September. Also somewhere in there, we're getting Assassin's Creed Mirage. We're getting um some sort of Armored Core game. We're getting Alan Wake 2. We're getting Age of Empires 4 for Xbox. We're getting
Forza Motorsport's supposed to drop
yeah,
sometime.
Forza Motorsport. So I mean, it's not like these companies don't have anything to show. I mean, if you go through the list on Game Informer alone, the release date to be announced 2023, that
Mhm.
list is like 120 games long. Like I can't even read
Shoot,
them all. It's
and
ridiculous.
probably half of that is just for Switch alone, because like we got a lot of the games that you mentioned, we got dates for.
Yeah.
So mostly, I think with Microsoft, I'm not so much worried about Sony. I think with Microsoft, of course they got their Bethesda thing and doing a big direct on Starfield. Like, I think E3 would have been so beneficial to them because they would have had an upper hand against
Wait,
Nintendo and
what do
Microsoft
you
and
mean?
Sony.
They're doing a summer.
Upper
They're
hand,
doing a
uh,
presentation. It's
they
just not
are
part of E3.
E3,
I don't
right? I think because I think more people would have tuned in,
why the
and just
last
had.
few haven't been part of E3, quote unquote.
I think E3
Mm,
with it starting
mm,
conference wise, it's
that's
been
what I'm
started with
saying.
Microsoft on some with that, but
But they aren't part of E3. Their last year, their Xbox plus Bethesda showcase was not part of E3.
I thought it was.
No,
They considered it as E3
no,
for
they
some
didn't.
people
Well, that's because E3 was literally the next day, and everybody just uses E3 as like the generic. Here's when everybody's announcing things.
because Monday
You know.
would have been uh was Monday Ubisoft in?
Anyways, let's get Daniel's take on this because he has yet to say anything because we're too loud.
So I think as someone who probably wouldn't necessarily attend E3, it's kind of more fun to get the announcements throughout the year rather than being like, oh, well, it's E3 season. I guess we're going to get everything. It's kind of fun to like have these like pop-up things happen where like Tears of the Kingdom gameplay is like dropped kind of randomly, or like there's little spoiler hints that something's going to be coming in the next few weeks, and like it as like a working stiff in a lot of regards.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's nice to just be like, oh yeah, there's something like some gaming thing to look forward to, rather than just like, oh well, it's that time of year. Let's get all the gaming stuff and freak out about it. Like now we just kind of get to freak out more often. And I think that's something I personally like. That it gives me something to look forward to rather than just, oh, it's that time of year.
Okay.
Yeah, I like his answer. Yeah, I mean, look how so currently the Tears of the Kingdom video has 5.5 million views. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that dropped on a random Tuesday in March.
Yeah.
So Nintendo is just proving over and over again that they don't need any of these. I think them being at the Game Awards is probably useful, but like they don't attend Summer Game Fest either. Nintendo. Look, remember what pandemic year? I think when all they did was drop a trailer for Paper Mario, and then it was out
Yeah.
3 months later, and then they did that for what else came out that year? I think Pikmin 3 Deluxe came out that year.
Yeah. I think they did their direct in July.
They
Or
didn't
like
have a direct that year. That was the thing. They didn't have a direct that
I thought
year.
they did.
Not until like
Was it a
September when
partner direct?
it. I think they had a mini partner direct, but they didn't have a proper Nintendo Direct until like September when they were talking about Age of Calamity and
Mm-hmm.
what else was the end of that year? Was the Bayonetta double pack? I think was that year.
Yeah, because then it may have been a mini partner direct. Because I remember they were doing more of those than having a proper Nintendo Direct.
Yeah, because a lot of
I
stuff got
believe
delayed a lot of stuff got delayed that
delayed.
year.
Yeah,
So,
And like you were saying, Ed, it's so much more online than it used to be. That like a lot of
mm-hmm.
the community is online. Like I met you guys online. Like
yeah,
there's like no, I'm not necessarily going to go to an organized event now to like meet other gamers.
yeah.
I'm going to like seek out the people I want to talk to online versus like hoping I'm walking around E3 and I see someone with a Zelda shirt and we have that instant
Mm-hmm.
connection and like the rainbow shows up and like the clouds and the happy clouds and smiles and stuff. Like it's
Yeah.
more online now. So
And I think that's the separate part of E3, the conferences versus the actual event, the floor stuff that people go to and everything. Because even like with Tokyo Game Show, they kind of started to have a little bit of the conferences and everything, even though not all of them there, but they do focus on having a day for for all journalists, a day for or the weekend for the family and stuff like that. So when we think of Tokyo Game Show, we kind of think of the actual conference that people go to and get to play those games. And for E3, we don't think it that way. We're thinking of mostly of the conferences that we get to see. That's just under the E3 banner. Because
mhm.
we're not, unlike no knock against Nintendo, a lot of us are not tuning in to Treehouse Live for like 9 hours and stuff, unless there's something that we don't know in a direct
Well, remember that
and
year we were
everything.
just trying to the year the Switch came out, we were actually trying to skip it because we were doing the reaction to the
Yeah,
to the uh the direct, and then they
direct.
started showing Metroid, the 2D Metroid for 3DS, and we were
Right.
like, "What's going on?"
Well, like, wait, huh? Like Samus Returns for
Yeah.
3DS. It was just like, wait, what is this hotness that's like we had no clue, no
What are you doing?
expectations.
What are you doing to us? Stop it. Oh man, that was a
Right.
good year,
It was.
man.
I kind of went back and watched some of our E3 stuff and been watching some of the E3 presentations, definitely from Nintendo. It's just the live reactions and for it. And I think that's probably what I'm going to miss is going to be like the E3 reactions.
Yeah. I mean, but we can still do it's not like we can't like do the watch alongs like we used to. They're just not going to be called E3 watch alongs. They're going to be called Xbox dumb diddly dumb plus Bethesda space shooter reacts.
I'm just going to put it under developers direct.
I mean
Like,
that was cool. Like I really liked that though that Xbox did that little way overproduced, but like
mhm,
I really liked that they actually took that approach to like, hey, here's 5 games we're going to show you right now, and here's the development team and how they are doing it, and show off some gameplay. I really like that. And I
Yeah.
think that's what all of our points are right now is like, we would rather sit back and watch these online presentations and talk about them afterwards instead of like running around the show floor, standing in line for 6 hours to play one game that we
Mm-hmm.
probably don't care about. We just want to be there, right? And it's like I mean, I kind of gave up on the whole let's go to E3 thing like a long time ago, to be honest. But uh I think the place to go now if you want to meet your friends and other creators now is obviously PAX is the
PAX.
one that you circle now, right? And
Yeah.
E3 is
And
just
PAX. Oh,
go ahead,
I was
Ed.
about to, and PAX have panels, so you have a podcast / conversation to learn about things. So that's kind of the added benefit for PAX in a
Mhm.
sense.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't I don't know if E3 really recovers from this unless they drastically change the way they think about what E3 is.
Hmm.
And you know, I
I'm
mean,
going to
don't get
miss
me
it
wrong.
this year.
I'm excited to see what everybody has to announce, but
Yes.
so
It'll be interesting to see with like Metroid Prime Remaster and Hi-Fi Rush like shadow dropping if that will be more of a thing where, oh yeah, check this thing out. It's all ready to
They'll
go.
yeah.
have some shadow drops, but they need to make
Yeah,
sure that when they do that shadow drop, like it's something that um
really want.
do a little bit of a deep dive if it's brand new, so we can know what we get into and then drop it and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like they don't
Um
even need hype to drop stuff now.
yeah. I think it works for smaller games that may not need like an entire big budget marketing cycle. Like
Hmm.
I think the Bat and Kados remasters are actually a perfect kind of game to get shadow dropped and say, "Hey, they're available now. If you want the physical, it's coming 2 weeks from now," like they did with Metroid Prime. Just
Mhm.
because I feel like the shadow drop part of it gets people more excited for those games, something like that, like lesser known, right?
Yeah,
Than something. Obviously, Metroid Prime Remastered is just like a different thing, but
Oh yeah.
uh, shadow dropping something like Bat and Kados digitally and saying, "Hey, the physical copy will be out on this date. Pre-orders are up in after the direct or whatever." I think that holds a lot more weight than uh, doing a whole marketing cycle, showing it off. Are people excited? I think if you market it like during a direct, a 2-minute segment saying from the game uh that Monolith brought you before Xenoblade, blah 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 blah, shadow drop now. I think that works better.
Hmm. I'm really excited for that game. As a side note.
We'll see. Shane is trying to get me to play it, and I had the originals at one point, but I don't remember the whole card system thing. And we all know how I feel about card games. So
yeah. So in other words, you'll live precarious. I said the wrong word.
vicariously,
Yeah, but through me.
mm, we'll see. We'll see, Ed.
Me
We'll
and
see.
Shane will play
Yeah,
it.
yeah. See, Daniel can come on the show and just tell us how great it
And
is
that'll be
for a
the
card game.
entirety of the pre-sale. It'll
Wow.
be will just be me and Shane. Hopefully not, but
That's fine. You know what? It's cool. You know what? I will get it just to prove you all wrong.
yeah, a
We'll see.
convert.
Would you play it though?
Yeah, well, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. On to our next story. Kirby is officially a BAFTA winner. Takes home best family game, meaning we're going to get 37,000 more Kirby games before the Switch is done. The British Academy of Film and Television held its BAFTA Game Awards, and Nintendo's only game in the ceremony, Kirby and the Forgotten Land, took home the honor of winning best family game. With Vampire Survivor winning best best game. That's hilarious, by the way. Vampire Survivor winning best game.
Yeah,
That's so
it beat out
awesome.
Elden Ring, God of War, and
I'm
yeah,
so
I
I'm
was
s-
shocked.
I'm so happy. I don't know why that makes me so happy, but it does. I think last year I just got really tired of hearing Elden Ring and God of War, and I was just like, come on, give something else something, please. um, with let's see, where was I? There wasn't a lot of representation from Nintendo outside of Kirby and Splatoon 3, which received a nomination for Best Multiplayer, but lost to Elden Ring. Congratulations to HAL Laboratory on this win. So great. I know a lot of people really liked Kirby and the Forgotten Land.
Yeah, it's really, really good.
So I know Ed thought it was good. Daniel, did you play it at all?
No, perhaps ironically enough, I didn't play it because I was like, well, this is a family game, and I don't have kids or anything, so the appeal level was lower for me because I'm not like a natural Kirby fan, sort of to begin with, other than it's sometimes fun to mess around with him in Smash.
Hmm.
So
It's
I have
it's
not played it.
actually it's actually it's not really a family game. It's just a really great platformer game.
Hmm.
So
Yeah,
you
It's
just like into
a family game.
platformers, you would definitely enjoy it.
Yeah,
Like I said,
I
I
heard it
wouldn't
was.
say it's a family game. Oh, go ahead,
Yeah,
Corey.
I was gonna say. I mean, I heard from a lot of different people that it was actually pretty good, but I
like it
just
looks amazing.
yeah,
It is.
I just I didn't really care to pick it up because I don't know. Honestly, March, what was it? March. Oh, Witch Queen had come out, and I didn't care about anything other than Destiny for like a month and a half. So, and I'm definitely not stopping to play a Kirby game. I don't care how good it is. Okay, the darkness must be stopped. Anyways,
One day you're going to end up playing a Kirby game. I hope.
I've played a Kirby game. I played Kirby Air Ride on the GameCube. It was fun.
That doesn't count. I mean, well, that does count.
It does count. I also played
That game's really
Rainbow
good.
Rainbow
Curse.
Curse on the Wii U, which was
Yes.
also very good. I also played Canvas Curse on the DS, also very good. So I played
Well,
Kirby games.
you just haven't finished them.
No, don't care.
You should.
Although
You should finish one Kirby
Rainbow
game.
Rainbow Curse is a pretty amazing game. If you have a Wii U,
It really is. Yeah.
I would track down Rainbow Curse. That is a pretty amazing game. It's all stylus based and kind of like built on momentum and ramps, and it's just a really cool game. Highly recommended.
Yes.
Not because it's a Kirby game, but the mechanics are super cool, and the art style is amazing because it's all claymation.
And it looks so smooth and so good.
It's crazy because the game runs in 60 frames a second, but the claymation runs like you would expect a claymation movie to run. So it's kind of like stilted and whatever, and it's really
Yeah.
cool. I love it. I love it so much. All right, I guess we can get to the big topic here. A little game called The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. So the day this episode dropped on Patreon, they dropped the 10-minute gameplay video with producer Eiji Onuma playing 10 minutes of the game, showing off new areas, new abilities, new kind of mechanics and everything. The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom is only 6 weeks away, but that doesn't make it any easier to wait for the highly anticipated sequel. Right after our previous recording, Eiji Onuma and Nintendo sat down to show off 10 minutes of the game, including a new area, new enemies, new mechanics, and crafting new weapons with the ability called Fuse. I know we're going to dive really deep into this. I just want to get our overall impressions first. I really think I'm really looking forward to them using the same map and utilizing it in different ways, because I think that is a big risk, using the same map that we played 6 years ago and adding different layers to it. I think Nintendo has a tall task in doing that, but I am interested to see how the geography changes and how different areas of the map have changed, because I think that's where you're going to find the small things, right? I think you're going to be able to point out kind of like when we were running through Breath of the Wild and you could see Lon Lon Ranch from Ocarina of Time and be like, oh, that's Lon Lon Ranch. I think you're going to be able to run through this Hyrule and be like, point to areas from Breath of the Wild and be like, oh, well, this stable used to be here. Oh, well, I remember this town being here. Where did it go? Why is it demolished? where are all the scientists? Where are all the, where's Terrytown? I wonder if we're going to be able to build structures as well, not just build the house and before Terrytown, but actually like
Mhm.
build houses and settlements and everything. Like I wonder how deep this crafting mechanic is going to go. I really liked the areas they showed in the sky islands. Like, I think that's really interesting, especially if you fill the entire sky with them. I think that's a bold move, building basically a second landmass uh, above the original. And I think like because I rewatched it again before we got on just to kind of like make sure I knew what I was really going to talk about during this segment. And excuse me, like they land on an island, but it's lower than the rest of the islands, and there's a ton of islands above at different levels. And I really think this game is going to figure out a smart way to use the verticality to change the game, and I think that's interesting. Not to mention the underground stuff, which I think we all assume is coming. So, Daniel, I'm going to start with you. What were your overall impressions before we deep dive into this?
So, I was a big fan of Skyward Sword. Um, Obviously, going to the sky can mean a lot of things. Like, will there be loft wings? Kind of questions. I don't know if that's been like confirmed anywhere. It seems like it's kind of all but confirmed, maybe in a lot of ways, and that kind of makes me really happy. And getting to be in the sky and adding that, like the building mechanics are something that interests me quite a bit. Obviously, is like I like building stuff. You heard me talk about Lego 2K Drive, and constructing things is something of interest to me. And particularly, I really like hot air balloons. And in one of the scenes, he's in a hot air, like a constructed hot air balloon. So that has like a lot of appeal to me. I wonder, like you were kind of saying, how far they're going to go with it. Where, like, yes, you can make a boat, but did we see like one of three variations of like what kind of boat can be made? Like, how committed are they to the construct your own stuff mechanics? And it seems like from everything they've showed, that they're pretty committed to it. But
Yeah,
like, what
they
will
seem
that
very
limitation
committed.
be?
They seem very committed to this. You can really build anything you want and make it as simple or as crazy as you want. Uh,
Yeah.
I saw way too many Banjo Kazooie nuts and bolts references, which honestly I don't think is very far from what they're going to try to attempt with some of this stuff.
Mhm.
Uh,
Hmm.
because the nuts and bolts stuff, like you could get pretty crazy with those vehicle designs. You could pretty much do like once you got far enough into the game, you could pretty much build whatever you wanted, however you wanted, right? And my whole thing is, I wonder how many things you can fuse together before they're like, nope, you're done, right?
Hmm.
I think that's the only limitation you have.
Which would be fantastic. I know the Legend of Zelda John Deere like edition, like I think scared a lot of people out of the gate. Where it's like, oh, so I'm gonna have to like make a tractor to like hack through grass now. Kind of scared people, but this seems like it reined it in a little with this video.
Uh-huh.
But
It,
it's like, how do you offer versatility without offering too much or too little? Like, what's that sweet spot for if I'm gonna make a 4,000 piece tank or something?
right.
Like,
I
will it actually move?
Yeah, I think who was that? I think maybe we were talking to I think we were talking to Grayson about this on the Boss Rush podcast last week.
Yeah,
Um
Grayson.
we were saying like my thought is, in traditional Nintendo fashion, they're going to give you all the pieces to complete the game in the simplest way possible, right? But I think they're going to allow players to actually get as granular as they want. I think they're going to allow players to get as deep as they want. And I think the deeper you go, like the better service the better service the game is going to be for you, right? Like I think creating like something that flies with a bunch of fans, right? Like I think, yeah, you can maybe use one fan and get to where you're going, but if you put like 3 on there and then you put the little, you know, uh sheet with the wind, and like you can like steer it, and like I wonder how, like, because I think you're going to be able to do a lot of different things with this, and I think that's what's exciting to a lot of people. Because you're going to be able to need to get to these different islands, whether you use the abilities, whether you build vehicles, whether you can drive vehicles from place to place. Like I think that's going to be really interesting. uh and I'm actually quite excited to see how all this fits within the story, because I wonder, like, the other thing that I've been wondering is there going to be time travel in this game, because that seems pretty not out of the question now, and if the different land masses are going to change based on what time period you're in, or um, something like that. And we already know this is Nintendo's biggest game they've ever built, right? Which is still only like a whopping like 27 gigs, I think, something
Mm-hmm.
ridiculously small at this point. But the fact that like, uh, and Daniel, I didn't mean to hijack your points here, but I think one of the most interesting things is the seamless transition of diving from the sky islands back down to the ground. There's no loading, or like
Yeah,
they're masking the loading by letting you fall, right? But like there's no loading. The world just exists, which is incredible on this hardware.
the fluidity of that is definitely something that stuck out. That
Yeah,
it's like you're saying, if they are is a transition, it's masked so well it doesn't feel like it. It
yeah,
feels like you're all in one map still.
yeah, yeah. It's this game is going to be an incredible, I think, just from a technological perspective, this game is going to be a massive feat of engineering from Nintendo's system engineers, and I'm really excited to see what they're going to do. What about you, Ed? What are you thinking?
So, before I get to any of that,
Oh boy.
I really think that Anuma, the Zelda team, and Monolith Soft really sat down and built this game from the bottom up. I mean, still using the assets from Breath of the Wild, but really like fleshing this thing out. Because don't forget, everybody, this supposed to be DLC for the first game,
Yeah, I know.
you know,
Isn't that
and
hilarious?
exactly. And for them to flesh it, for this game to be fleshed out, of course, all the gameplay ideas and stuff that's, when you look at the trailer, the things that's laying around. But I really think that because Monolith Soft was working on Xenoblade Chronicles 3 while also helping the Zelda team, I think now, because they don't have to port this game to Wii U, they don't, or anything. I think they really went in to fix a lot of the technical problems and everything, and make this game look beautiful. Because now they know the technology. Now they know what they can do. Of course, they created new assets and stuff, but I really felt like they probably knew, how do we get around? How do we keep some of our old systems or ideas that we have, and how do we improve upon them while still incorporate it where it won't be frustrating or anything. um and I think Monolith Soft uh and the Numinous Zelda team, I think they all just thought about that and was doing some test and trial with this stuff before the game even got announced and everything. Definitely when we see the trailer of them just walking uh, with Zelda and Link, just walking and stuff, and hitting and hiding some stuff that we didn't know about, and they were just like, the game is in development. Like, I think they were still figuring stuff out, getting that all together. With
Yeah,
that being said, my goodness, I did not expect any of these ideas to be in the game. The fusing,
I
the
know.
I wouldn't even say nuts and bolts, even though that's a thing that people get from it. I was telling Daniel, I was just like, this feels like Labo, but done in a digital world and everything. Because it's really gonna, like, for the vehicle stuff, it's gonna be a lot of engineering that people
Mhm.
are going to make. We're gonna be seeing airplanes. We're gonna see someone's gonna do a Scooby Doo van probably,
No,
and
somebody's gonna make like a transformer or something out of this tool set or something, right?
it's yeah,
Like you're gonna be
and
able to
like
you're gonna see vehicles that can go on the ground, in the water, to the air, like almost like it's gonna be like the Sonic Racing transformed, where like the vehicles just can do everything, doesn't matter where you're at, right? Like, man, this game, I don't know, man. This game it's got a lot going on, and I hope they can pull it off because they've seemed to have a lot of incredible tools in here.
and
Um,
the smart thing was Nintendo was able, or Anuma and them were, in just this trailer, were able to get away with any story stuff. And because now no one is talking about the story of what the game is going to be. Yeah, the Zone Eye stuff, yeah, but more people are just like, I'm going to create this, or I wonder what is over here. That they're going to the exploration discussion has literally expanded from Breath of the Wild
mhm,
and everything, because they're gonna be like, what can I go through a mountain and everything, or how far am I going to be able to fly, where everybody's gonna prepare, where can I do my deepest dive and
mhm.
start doing acrobatic tricks and everything. Like, people are going to literally break this game to the point where it's gonna be like, how in the heck did you even think about that? And Nintendo themselves gonna be probably they are waiting for people to break this game. I know Anuma and them are probably gonna be like, yeah, we took 2 weeks off because the game is out and we're just seeing the reactions. But I want to see how people break this game, what weapons they create, because now with this crafting, I mean, this fusing and everything, it's gonna the weapon degradation to Nintendo seems like it's going to be soft, but for a lot of people, they're gonna be like, well, if I could just continue to combine different parts of my weapon, I don't have to worry about degradation. I just fuse something, attack, and see how long it lasts. And if it's almost gets to break it, and I could go get another thing, let me attach it, because we got the fuse and stuff, but can we defuse?
Mhm.
We don't know yet and
Right.
everything. You mentioned the loading portion of it, um Corey, but this is just like Daniel said, this is like Skyward Sword, in a sense, with just jumping off the sky. And you know how you just used to have Link just falling down before the bird catches him and takes him to his destination. Well, they were just like, what if we removed the bird and just have Link keep falling?
Mm,
You
mm,
know,
yeah.
like, of course, if we can't get hurt when we dive in the water, them folks about to find the highest point and jump off. They're gonna be like, oh, I'm fighting a dragon, I'm riding off, oh, I need to go jump off. They're gonna be jumping off dragons, mountains. Someone's gonna do some SSX stuff off of
Oh
ice
god.
mountain, jump off into the water. Like, it's going to be literally crazy. And Nintendo was able to get away from any story beats by having people talk about it,
Well,
talk about what they could do.
they didn't get away from every story beat. I mean, they had teased the Zonai existence, which I know a lot of people are
Mhm.
excited for in one way or another. I think showing materials that have to do with um, that civilization is pretty um, exciting for a lot of people, which causes a lot of speculation for a lot of
But
people.
I went to their last playthrough when they was announcing Tears of the Kingdom, like when they was actually about to give us the title and everything. The Zonai is in there in some of the shots, and
Y-
nobody was talking about it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm talking about like story stuff. I'm not talking about
Yeah,
like their proper existence. I meant like they're really showing they're really showing a lot of things without telling you they're showing things, which is also something Nintendo has been incredibly good at over the years. So
Yeah, because like, where's the Guardians? Like, how many people are going to break the Guardians? And if we break the Guardians, what pieces are we going to get from them, and can we use them as vehicle stuff to fuse or armor or whatever? Like, there's just still a lot that we don't know, and I gotta give it up to Monolith stuff. I think they really worked with Nintendo to get the frame rate together, um, to make this game. Because when I look at Tears of the Kingdom, it does look better than Breath of the Wild. Definitely the water effects, like the water looks
yeah, the
really
water
good.
looks a lot better. Like this game looks cleaner and smoother, and like they really cleaned
Mhm.
up that engine. I mean, like we used to talk about, like of course they made this run on Wii U and they ported it up, right? I mean, that's kind of that was just kind of the limitations of the last game, but now
Mhm.
they don't have anything else to port it to. Like this is it. They've had 6 years to optimize and maximize the power of this console
Yeah,
to the point where like they can make this game as perfect as they need to and not have to worry about anything else. And
yeah,
that, I mean, that's clearly what they did.
and I think time travel isn't going to play a part in this game. I really feel like time travel doesn't need to
Time travel.
uh uh do anything in this game. Now, the use of time with the rewind button function, yes, that's cool, but time traveling, I don't think it's necessary in this game or anything. You
Yeah.
know, we did get um Hyrule Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, where we kind of meet the new age the um of the champions, and that could lead into Tears of the Kingdom. That we actually now see the new champions grown up in this game, and we could be like, yeah, you remember us, Link, and everything. I know it's been 100 plus some years from your sleep, but like, we are now grown up, and we remember the adventure, and we want to now help you on the quest. And then we have the air. So now we might have more champions that we do not know about that's in the air.
Great. Yeah, I would imagine there's some sort of champion in the sky area, right?
There has to be, right?
A descendant
Mm-hmm.
of Groot's.
As
Grutus. Two Grutus. Nah, I'm done. That was
I
bad.
am Groose.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Story thoughts, Daniel.
Yeah, I don't know the I obviously haven't played through the entirety of Breath of the Wild, so I don't have a good sense of where it might be headed. I've obviously heard tons of spoilers, but as far as knowing where the story goes, I'm not sure. I think there was probably a fairly good reason why they re-released Skyward Sword onto the Switch as a gap game.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be interesting to see how that incorporates in, because that's technically like the first game in the timeline, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be interesting to see how that fits in with everything else that's happened. And
Yeah.
as a Majora's Mask fan, it'd be fun to see that incorporated somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure how exactly, but adding in that mask mechanic could be a lot of fun too. But kind of feels like there might not be space for it with all the pitchfork fusing and stuff that we're going to be doing. So
What if you fused a mask with a shield and then your shield became that mask?
yeah, there's some possibility there.
Mm.
I really don't have a good sense of how committed they are to the versatility, because it seems pretty broad.
Yeah.
But I don't want to get my hopes up about it that like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be able to like fuse my mask to my sword and have like the happy mask salesman sword kind of thing, and then find out that I can only like fuse my mask or my sword with an apple and have an apple sword and run around waving my apple sword and be like, this is so cool, I've got an apple sword, when I really wanted a happy mask sword kind of thing. So like I'm trying to not fly off the handle about what I'll be able to build, because all I like to do in my free time is build stuff. So it's like trying not to manage expectations, but It all seems really promising, and it seems to be leaning on the games that I enjoy the most. So definitely the one thing from the playthrough that I wasn't super fond of, and maybe you guys can sell me on it, is the transferring through rocks to get to the the mountain above it. That seemed kind of weird and like
It's the
kind of like
cut through the climbing with the stamina bar
yeah, that seemed kind of
because
strange to me and like Ant-Man like passing through the molecules kind of thing,
so
but
in Breath of the Wild, in order to get to some places, you had to get your stamina bar up. And for a lot of people, that was kind of a time wasting thing, even though you don't have to really worry about the time and stuff. And uh, it makes you choose if you want to extend your health bar or you want to extend your stamina. And I think at a point that you only get I don't think you could extend both of them where you get your full health extended or with your full health, not health, a stamina bar extended. So this one is cutting down on that in a sense. So instead of you climbing uh way up on a mountain and stuff, they were just like, if you got a cave and you want to go all the way up, you could just use it and everything. It's a really make the game feel open to go anywhere and do anything without
gotcha.
having
So
to without having the to waste your time trying to build up to make the world more open in that sense. So that's all.
Yeah.
gotcha. So it's like a convenience sort of thing based
Yes,
on
to
response
ascend.
to the first game. Gotcha. So
Yeah.
I just haven't gotten there as far as gameplay goes. So I'll
Yeah.
probably buy into that more once I get annoyed that I'm stuck.
Yeah, I also wonder I wonder if like I don't know, the stamina stuff was kind of annoying, but also like man, I don't know. It didn't really bother me. I just it really only bothered me at the beginning of like uh at the beginning where like oh I can't I can't climb all the way up there. Why not? But I also never really played a lot of survival games or games where you had to like build up certain things to achieve different things like other than I guess RPGs I guess which is I guess I just really described an RPG so maybe I should backtrack a little bit but you know what I mean like stuff like I would say something like Minecraft right where like you have to like build up your kind of inventory to keep crafting and craft better things and find recipes and stuff and I think the I so I actually also wonder I think this is what I was getting to so I'll just cut to it like I wonder if they're going to reward anybody who played the first game with like a couple extra starting hearts or a little bit of extra stamina or anything
Nope.
because are you working on the game Ed?
They would have said something about it,
I
but
don't
it
think they
looks
would
like
have.
it really looks like they are doing a Metroid uh thing where all that stuff that you had, you lost.
I
You
just
literally start a new adventure.
I just noticed that you start with 2 less hearts it seems like
You actually
if
start with well,
because in Breath of the Wild you start with 6 and what the section they were showing you only had 4 so I
okay.
wonder
I thought it was I was wondering about that. I wonder if it was like the starting you game off with the 3 hearts. I
yeah
thought that was both of them, but you said it's 2 of them. Okay.
yeah so I don't know I just wonder if some of the mechanics are gonna change based on that um probably not but it's fun to think about so I don't know I'm really excited I it's not that I haven't been excited it's just it's taken a lot for me to kind of build up my excitement I think for this game and I think maybe because we just haven't seen a whole lot whereas that build up to Breath of the Wild we saw a ton of that game you know and now that we're seeing more of this game I'm getting more excited and the fact that it's only 5 weeks away from now it's like oh my gosh I'm gonna be losing so much time to everything to that.
Do you guys feel like the fact that we haven't really gotten more story stuff is indicative that it's not the strongest, so they're kind of like, look, you can make a John Deere thing rather than or it's just so amazing and spoilery that
I
they just can't talk about it at all without
I
ruining
don't think
something.
so. I don't think so because I mean they didn't show any story stuff for Breath of the Wild either.
Right.
And not that it's like the strongest story by any stretch of the imagination, but um they didn't show a lot of story for that either. And the story actually ended up being pretty good, especially for a Nintendo developed title. So I actually think the story is going to build on what they did this time around.
Yeah.
I just wonder how it's going to play out because this game is definitely doing something. It's doing something.
Yeah, the focus of the game is still exploration and what you can do with this open world than it is in the story. Because the story stuff is more for if you're ready for the lore parts of it. If you want to go out and find out what that story is, you can.
Mhm.
But with this, it's going to, for a lot of people, they're interested in what can I do in this world, and if I happen on upon the story, then okay, I got something from the story. I'm like, oh, that's cool what they did, you know. So it's not so much. I think they tried to avoid the sandbox style of gameplay where you go to one person, get a mission, and then that's the story, and you keep doing that for it and everything. I think they try to avoid that and to be like, wherever you want to go, wherever you want to start to get your story, that's what you get. And then once you got that story, we'll make it all connect when it gets
Mhm.
closer to the end. Because right now, the story for a lot of us is that, well, the premise for a lot of us is that somehow Zelda's fallen into something we don't know. Link wasn't able to rescue her, and it caused the loss of his arm, or his magical arm got binded. Uh, while trying to save Zelda or something, the Master Sword broke. So the thing is there a way that we could save Zelda, and is there a way to get the Master Sword together to save her? We don't. Who is this enemy that we are going to fight that was under Hyrule Castle? We need to know the story behind that. So
Mhm.
I think that's all kind of the story that's going on. It's more of a mystery of how did this come about, and how do we find out its conclusion, and you know, and everything. Like right now, literally, the broken Master Sword, uh, and Zelda, they are the story.
Mhm.
They are the connection. Because the thing about it is, if you don't have the Master Sword and you don't have Zelda, you don't have the light arrows. So if you don't have those three, because that's kind of that own Triforce in itself, if Ganon ever came back, he could do whatever he wants to do, and Link and Zelda and Hyrule would have no way to stop him,
Mhm.
which will bring the tears of the kingdom,
Ah,
because
I see what
everything
you did
has fallen under what has fallen under Ganondorf, or Ganon, I should say, at that time.
there. Yeah. It's gonna be interesting to see the story play out because I
Mm-hmm.
mean that first trailer they showed everybody underground, and then this one, like, it's just like, where are we going? Like, what's the real thing here? And like, I still think this is the Empire Strikes Back of this Breath of the Wild esque trilogy thing that they're building here. I really think there's going to be a third part that resolves everything, which has me quite excited. Uh, but I guess we'll find out.
I probably gonna make an assumption, and I don't know if I'm gonna be right or wrong about this, but
Wrong.
the hand that's holding the enemy, or whoever that is, I think that's the one that's gonna get attached to Link's arm. So I think that is maybe a goddess, or there's something, uh don't even know if that's Link, of that's Zelda's mother or anything. Like, there's something connected to that arm that attaches to Link for him to create the fuse and be able to save Zelda and
Hmm.
everything. And the
Yeah.
answers are just probably up in the sky, because looking at it, that's the only thing that's holding it. While that magic is going into that hand to hold it down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So,
man, wild. It's gonna get wild, everybody. Quite excited.
yeah, it's going to be a very hard thing not to discuss and look into it on social media.
Yeah.
I know a lot of us at Boss Rush are planning to get this game and play it. Discussing it wise, we literally have to keep our mouth closed.
Yeah, that's gonna be a tough one, but I think that's gonna be May and June's book club is Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom.
Tears of the Kingdom.
So possibly even even July if we need to go a third month, because that game is going to be so huge. So, join us on book club the final Friday of every month on Patreon. 2 weeks later on free feeds. Not the plug, but I did. So
It'd be cool if there was a callback to in Majora's Mask when the moon cries when you're looking through the telescope. Like if there was some sort of tier reference in there.
yeah.
But again, that's just me loving that game and wanting it to be more popular than it is.
Yeah.
So
I wonder. It could. I mean, I wouldn't put it past them to put some sort of interesting kind of twist on, because I think everybody wants this to be the Majora's Mask of of the Breath of the Wild
Please do
series.
not be.
But I don't know
don't
if
say
it's gonna.
that.
Ed doesn't like Majora's Mask. It's fine. He's allowed to be wrong.
A lot of people don't. He's in good
Yeah,
company.
I know.
I dubbed it as side quest sequel.
You're a side quest.
Or like going to Clocktown at all. Anyway,
Just
rabbit trail.
I'm excited for this game. I think it's gonna be amazing. Will it be as good as Breath of the Wild? I don't know, because I think the sense of discovery will kind of not be gone, but it'll be different because we already kind of know what Hyrule looks like. I think now the sense of discovery will be through the mechanics and kind of the hidden areas through the land that we already know, instead of the actual Hyrule now. So
I'm probably going to have to disagree. I think Tears of the Kingdom is going to be better
Surprise.
than Breath of the Wild.
It
Ed
depends on how much
disagrees
is
with
in the
me, everybody.
sky.
Surprise.
Well, yeah, it'll depend on how much is in the sky. Like how much is there up there to look at?
Yeah.
Like, am I just going Skyrock to Skyrock, or is there like going to be multiple kingdoms up there for me to check out?
Yeah.
Like, am I going to want to be in the sky, or is it just kind of like, oh, there's some treasure chests with heart pieces and things up there? Like, give me a reason to be in the sky, and I'll stay in the sky all day.
Yeah. I bet there's some pretty big secrets in the sky.
Oh, there's got to be. Like, why introduce that if you're not going to
Yeah.
go crazy with it?
You're right. Man, it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be so cool. It's gonna be so cool. Anyways, I guess we can move on now. But that's it. That's Family news. Zelda is out May 12th. I hope I can get my hands on a Pro controller at least.
Yes.
I don't really care about the special
Last
edition.
question before we move on. Do you think this game now is worth the $70?
I think
Because I do.
I think every game is worth as much as you want to pay for it.
Mhm.
I'm not I think certain games are probably worth $100, and I think some games probably deserve to be $100. And this is something we can probably explore on an expansion pass, right? But like, I think there's a large scale that people are gonna. I think companies are actually. I mean, they're already exploring it with like gold editions, or the super deluxe ultra fiery pro edition of game X, right? And I think you're already seeing that with games, just to get people to get DLC early, or certain skins, or I mean the early access model, right, that Microsoft and certain other companies are doing, right? Like if you pay $10 extra or get the Redfall has that expansion pass that if you buy it, you get it 3 days early, and then you get all the DLC, and it's like $40, right?
Yeah.
So, I still get the game for free on Game Pass, but
I don't
now
get
I
to
have
play it
this.
early
Yeah, I get to play it early, and I get this DLC. That's cool.
because Game Pass was that kind of Gears. Gears 5.
Gears
I
5 was like
think
that too. Yeah,
yeah, like people got to play it early because it's
20.
on Game Pass. But if you bought it,
Yeah,
like
yeah. If you bought the gold edition, it was $20. It was $20 more, and you
mhm,
got to play it like 3 or 4 days early. That's how Hogwarts Legacy was too. Where if you bought the $80 version instead of the $70 version, you got it 3 or 4 days early. So, I mean, they
yeah,
threw in some skins and stuff that I didn't care about, but I still bought it early so I could talk about it. But amazing game
If
too,
it
by the way. But
if it's $70 to keep it from being games as a service, then absolutely pay $100 to not have it turn into like I can pay monthly fees to get new outfits for Link to run around in. Like
yeah,
pay 120 to not have to deal with that nightmare of like missing stuff or
yeah,
paying unique pay sequences just to get certain things. No thanks. Like you get for like $10 a month, you can get extra screws and bolts and stuff to create your Optimus Prime Link mech. Like no,
yeah.
much
yeah. We
happier
haven't even
pay a
factored
higher
in
price.
any of the NSO stuff, like expansion pass, like how they do free DLC. Like, if
I mean,
do we think that's going to happen?
I bet you get certain things for subscribing. I don't know if I bet it's all cosmetic stuff. I don't think you're going to be able to like, oh, if you're an NSO subscriber, here's 500 extra bolts and 70 extra fans for
Oh
you to build
no,
big. You know what I mean? Like, I bet
I
you
know.
get
I'm
like,
talking more.
remember the
I'm
Switch
talking about
T-shirt from that you got for pre-ordering the game last time? Like,
yeah.
it's going to be dumb stuff like that. You know?
I'm thinking more of how Mario Kart, the waves of the DLC, how you
Yeah.
get it for free if you're an NSO member. I'm thinking of that. Like if
Uh
you get some expansion stuff like that,
Yeah, I
if
don't
you're
know.
an
I
NSO
actually
member.
think Zelda might be too big to get stuff like that. I don't know. Like
Hopefully,
not too big, but too important, I would say, to be getting stuff like that. But I guess we'll find out. But you know, I just look. I just want the game to be good, and I want the game to function, and I just want to enjoy myself for a couple months and just getting lost
Mhm.
in this world, right? So we'll see. I love Breath of the Wild. It's one of my it's I mean, any given day, it's probably my favorite game of all time at one point or another. Uh I don't think it's perfect like a lot of people seem to think it is, but I do think it does a lot of great things, and I think it's a great foundation for the franchise moving forward. Um and I really hope that Tears of the Kingdom is just as good or better, because I would be pretty disappointed if it wasn't.
Right.
you know. So a lot of expectations on this game. So,
We'll see what happens.
so. All right. We're gonna move on now to Pack Watch. Guess what? We have 4 games coming out this week, and they all come out on the 4th. So hope you're ready. Grim Grimoire Once More from NIS America is coming. Grim Grimoire Once More brings the classic strategy adventure from Vanillaware into the present. Join aspiring mage Lilith Bland on her journey within the Silver Star Tower, a renowned academy for magicians. All is not what it seems inside the tower walls. Mysteries, monsters, and menaces lurk about. Harness the power of magic to dispel the secrets hidden within the tower and discover the truth of the Silver Star Tower. I think this game looks very pretty. I don't remember this game being that good. I had it on PS2. Um, I went through that whole Vanillaware phase of like this and Odin Sphere, and then I got Muramasa on Wii, and you
Love
know,
Muramasa Blade. I want that to come back to Switch so bad.
I wonder. I mean, they ported it to Vita, so
Hmm.
anyways, so Road 96 Mile Zero from DigiArt and Ravens Court. Road 96 Mile Zero is a narrative event. I almost said Native American adventure. Wow, that was a narrative adventure game with a musical component created by Digix Art, the French studio behind the successful Road 96, 1111 Memories Retold, and five Pegasus Awards winner. Published by Ravenscourt, players will alternate between the roles of Zoe and Kato, two teenagers with different backgrounds and beliefs. They live and explore White Sands, a luxurious condominium where Petria's elite reside and where Kato's parents work. Zoe is one of the characters from Road 96. She comes from the rich side of the city, and her father works for the government. Kato, a character from Lost in Harmony, lives in the less privileged area. They're good friends, but that could all change quite soon. Their journey in Road 96 Mile Zero will challenge their friendship and everything they believe in. They say money doesn't buy happiness nor friendship. These teens are dreamers, and they're going to learn where they belong. Will they remain friends? Oh, man, quite the description there, game. I heard this is quite different from Road 96, though, so we'll see.
Yeah, I have Road 96 on my Series X. I just need to start it. I'm interested in that game.
Yeah, Stephanie said that the game, like, she played it at PAX and said the game was pretty different. So, if you're a fan of Road 96, don't go in expecting the same type of game. Although there are elements in there, so whatever. Sherlock Holmes: The Awakened remake from Frogwares. Experience a nerve-wracking Lovecraftian adventure rebuilt from the ground up with modern graphics and gameplay. Become Sherlock Holmes and find yourself at the heart of the terrifying Cthulhu mythos as you investigate a series of mysterious disappearances in Europe and the US. Those two things don't seem like they go together.
Almost sounds like Mad Libs.
Yeah.
Like put a bunch of pronouns and nouns and verbs in there.
Yeah.
See what you get.
Yeah. Sounds like what they did. Batora Lost Haven from Team 17 also comes out this week. Batora Lost Haven is a choice-driven isometric action adventure with RPG elements and a unique duality system affecting combat, story, dialogue, puzzles, and endings that will make you question the meaning of sacrifice. So that would be the one I would circle on my list. That game looks really cool. It's very colorful. Daniel, you said it looked like a kind of like a top-down Xenoblade, which is exactly what it looks like.
Yep.
So
That would probably be the one on my list as well. The Wizard School one, Grim Grimora.
yeah,
Might have some interest just because that Wizard School thing is something I sometimes like, but
yeah, it's
I'm not sure about the other two.
that it's pretty cool. I would say Vanillaware games are all pretty quality. It just depends on the topic and the subject of the game that would pique your interest, but they're all pretty solid games. So I don't think you would go wrong with that. And I think it's only $40 too. It's not a $60 game, so it's also a plus. I mean, unless you're trying to buy it physically, then it might be a little bit more. But that's the Switch cartridge tax. It'll get you. Anything for you, Ed? Sherlock Holmes?
Not at this. No. Even though that whole story about the developer and publisher is very interesting. Nothing at this moment for this week. There is like Metroidvania that deals with rats and pirate ships that I'm interested in. But for these games, not yet. Nothing for me for this week.
Okay. Fine. All right. So time for our game fact. Advance. Although E3 is canceled this year, we cannot forget one of Nintendo's best presentations to date. No, it's not the Wii music demonstration from Miyamoto, but the Eiji Aonuma premiere of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild at E3 2014. Oh my gosh, it was so good. At the time, it was only known as The Legend of Zelda for Wii U, but Aonuma showed off the gorgeous set piece of Hyrule, where we got to see the art style they were planning to use. 2 years later, we got the first official gameplay reveal, a look at the world, and some of the encounters we would expect to see in the game. Remember when we were did we watch this together? I don't know if we knew each other at that point.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did.
And no, I don't think we knew each other at that point. Not yet.
2014.
Yeah,
I thought we did.
No, I don't think so.
You know what? I think it probably.
We watched the second one together, but we did not watch.
Yes.
And I think we actually went back and watched this originally, or to talk about it at some point before the game came out.
Okay.
Right before the game came out in 2017, when we were kind of that's all we talked about for 3 months was this game. Because the best time to start a podcast is when the Wii U is on its way down. But man, that original piece where he's sitting in front of the game, the gameplay, right, and kind of just talking about the way the game looks, and oh, see that mountain over there? You can climb to it, and that was that era of games where everybody was pointing to a mountain saying you can go there. And it went from this still frame to you saw the grass start waving back and forth, right? And then you see the clouds start moving overhead, and very slowly, piece by piece, the still image became just this moving picture. And then you see the goat kind of eating the grass in front of the horse, and then you just see all the animals scatter, and the music picks up, and Link reels back on the horse, and then you just see him get chased by the Guardian through the forest, and then he leaps off the horse and shoots the Guardian. We didn't know what it was at the time, but he shoots the Guardian arrow at the Guardian. It was, man, that trailer was really cool. That was the coolest thing Nintendo, I think. I would say top 5 coolest reveals that Nintendo has ever done, if not top 3.
It was so stylish. It's so action packed, because just even that point where Link hits him with the Guardian with the arrow, and then he jumps up in that slow motion is happening. But it was just the movement of the animation, and looking at it's just oh my goodness, this is what we're gonna be doing. This is kind of cutscenes that we're gonna get. Okay, I'm here for it.
Yeah, it was really cool. Daniel, do you remember this reveal for this game?
No, I don't. I think I didn't have a Wii U.
You're one of those people.
Although you guys kind of make me feel like I missed out. But it kind of seems like a lot of people missed out. So
yeah, you did miss out.
Maybe I'm in good company as far as that goes.
You did miss out, but luckily, all but 3 or 4 of the most important Wii U games are on the Switch now. So really, you didn't really miss out. But
so you got time to catch up.
Where is my Wind Waker and Twilight Princess game?
It's coming.
Nintendo, is it? Anyways, yeah, but you should look that up at some point. And it's so wonderful. It's such a cool reveal.
Yes.
Also, the Zelda for Wii U, when they revealed the Wii U, also top tier. But we never got that game, so whatever, I guess. But yeah, all right, Ed, I'm gonna shoot it back to you.
All right, everybody, it's time for some questions in Question Block. Yes.
I'm adding the questions from the Discord that we didn't add because there's so many questions.
Yes. So we're going to start with Geek Bro 27, which when you guys see me next time on Nintendo Pow Block, I'm going to be actually meeting Jack. So we're going to be talking and hanging out. I'm so excited to meet him.
Feel bad for him. Sorry, Jack. I hung out with Ed once. It was an experience.
You know what? He asked, what crazy weapon combinations are you looking forward to creating in Tears of the Kingdom? Definitely for me, I hope I could, create a bow we have double axes on each side, or not an axe, or a saw or something metal like a blade. And it looks like it came from Star Wars or something. But it's like in bow shape. So that's what that's what I want.
I wonder if you're going to be able
Uh,
to fuse the Guardian stuff with man, because that would be so cool. Like to start fusing just think of the combinations you could fuse, like the Guardian laser thing, like the laser
uh-huh.
eye. Like if you could be able to pick that up with like, I don't know, Ed's eating on the wrapping paper. That's great audio, Ed. Thank you. And stuff like that. Like I wonder how, man, that's gonna be so cool. Just so like, there's so many possibilities. I'm just thinking of all the things you can pick up in Breath of the Wild, and like if you fuse them together. What do you think, Daniel? What do you think?
I don't know. Like again, it is so open. I kind of like the idea of like the pitchfork and the master sword, like as like your final boss weapon, like your final battle weapon, going in with like your pitchfork like flailing, like kind of like the example they did in the video where you have the like the pitchfork on the stick. Like, can you have like the master sword on a stick and just be like battling from a distance the whole time?
That,
Like that could be kind of cool.
that'd be amazing.
Like your final battle is like fought with like a 6.5 foot pole between you and Ganon. Like that could have some appeal to me.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
Like I feel like it'll get funny quick.
Yeah, I can't wait
I
for
want.
all the YouTube videos of people just fusing a bunch of dumb stuff together.
Yeah,
Shoot, I wonder if you could make like Castlevania weapons. Uh,
maybe. Yeah.
like take the Guardian's arms, uh, and put them on the stick and use it as like a whip. Um, that or do something like Ninja Gaiden, where you can make like ninja swords, like not ninja swords, ninja stars. Because I'm just like, we didn't even talk about the if the Yegya clan is gonna or Yegu clan is gonna be in it. Like, what nonsense of weapons that we're gonna get from them? Like, do we make a banana gun? Like it was like Donkey Kong 64? Like,
Oh no,
there's so much,
you said
there's
Donkey Kong
so much
64.
nonsense. What'd you
Yeah,
say?
I said you said Donkey Kong 64. Oh no. Oh man, that game. Man, are you gonna be able to make like jetpacks out of the fans? Like that'd be cool. Although you can't really attach things to your back. Although you could put a fan on the shield, put your shield on your back. Oh
So you just kind of propel yourself forward. You don't even have to walk.
yeah,
Just, it walks for you. That
yeah.
could be fun to try.
Oh man, that'd be so cool. Or, well, no, I guess you couldn't really. You could attach it to your shield, and then you could do the shield surfing thing. But then you're just kind of like hoverboarding around.
Hovering.
That's gonna be cool.
Uh, yeah. It, goodness, there's gonna be so many combinations and so many video game references. I can't wait to see it.
Who's gonna make a Mega Man blaster?
Oh my goodness, if that happens, someone's gonna make it and they're gonna tell you how to make it.
It's fine. Please tell me. I want to know.
There's like a
So,
whole TikTok generation waiting to craft these items
Yeah.
nonstop.
okay. Well, our next question comes from Seamus the Kids Gamer. Shout out to him on Discord. Is Link going back in time in Tears of the Kingdom, or did he just feel like letting loose his hair? Feel like letting his hair loose. He felt like letting his hair loose. There's no time travel in this game.
Yeah.
Corey,
I
Daniel.
mean, I still think there's going to be some sort of time element to this game besides the mechanic, but I don't know. I think he's just letting it all out. I think he's just letting it go.
I think that if there's not, because in the video he kind of hints that we're seeing Hyrule in a different way, like geographically things will be different, and I think without time travel or heavy explosions that would be hard to achieve randomly.
Mhm.
So I think that a shifting timeline or landscape could definitely be a factor here.
Yeah.
But as someone who's not normally a huge fan of time travel beyond just little hops back and forth, kind of makes me nervous because nailing time travel is very difficult.
Yeah. No, I agree
Yeah.
with you. Still gonna be cool though. I want to go back in time. I want to see what Hyrule
Uh,
dinosaurs look like.
Yeah, and
oh
if
wow.
it's done well, it'll be awesome. But there's just that risk of it gets one like it turns into Avengers Endgame kind of quick, where it's just like science. That's the answer. We did science, and that made time travel possible.
Hmm. Yeah,
So
exactly. You solved it.
ba- balance.
You solved it.
Well, the one true James asks, will you still be just as excited for Tears of the Kingdom if it ultimately turns out there are no dungeons? Yeah, I'm still gonna be. I'm excited when I got the first announcement of this game when they said it, and the theories. I'm like, just go check out me and Corey's suspension passes. How, you know, how excited I got. Corey mentioned a trilogy, and we talking about the possibilities of all of that happening. So yeah, just because it don't have dungeons doesn't stop it for being a anticipated game for me. Like I really don't care if it doesn't have dungeons, or anything. You know.
I mean
Oh, go ahead.
to that point, like I just, if they don't have dungeons, I just hope whatever their divine beast kind of uh influenced bigger areas like that. Right? I mean, I'm sure we're going to get a bunch of new shrines and stuff which are cool, but like
Mm-hmm.
whatever their divine beast substitute is in here, I hope they're better than the divine beast, cuz like I really thought that the divine beasts were the weakest part of Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
100%. I didn't mind them, but they were pretty samey and they were pretty like, pretty, I don't want to say simple,
Decent
but
puzzles.
yeah, but I mean like they weren't, there's nothing memorable about them, right? Like the way you think about things from Ocarina or Twilight Princess or Wind Waker, like you could pinpoint dungeons from those games and be like, man, that is a classic Zelda dungeon. There's nothing classic
Yeah.
about these divine beasts except for the way they look on the outside, right? Like I hope we get some sort of more involved, interesting dungeon mechanic that is more than just like flipping some switches and playing with the gears and lighting fires and stuff. Well, you know what I mean? Like I
Mm.
do want the traditional Zelda dungeons, but I don't think we're going to get them, unfortunately. So just make whatever the divine beast substitutes are just more interesting.
Hmm. I
That's me
think
though.
that the dungeons are such a strong part of the history of the games
Hmm.
that they're slowly evolving what Zelda games are, kind of like what they did with Fire Emblem, where it's slowly evolved over time, where like they release Engage that has a lot of the classic more Fire Emblem features that it's like, will it just continue to adapt with these like open world Legend of Zelda stories, and then at some point they'll just drop a sequential dungeon style game again after it's been a while, and they've kind of pushed the brand farther than it originally was, kind of idea, if that makes sense.
Hmm.
Okay. Uzmania asks, would a Mario movie spark the beginning of a Nintendo cinematic universe?
Oh my gosh, I hope not. Just
Possible?
just stop. No, we don't need any more cinematic universes. Just make a movie that's good. Okay, stop with the cinematic universe stuff. I'm tired.
I mean, we are kind of already have a cinematic Nintendo universe with Smash Brothers, even though there's not a cartoon or movie and stuff. Um, but I feel like there's a possibility, but I'm like, it depends on what movies Nintendo decided to bring out and how that would relate to the Mario series.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
anything else?
I mean, I kind of feel like they're going to lean that way. Also, Seth Rogen already kind of confirmed that a Donkey Kong movie is in the works. And Anya
Hmm.
Taylor-Joy in an interview this week said that she wants a crossover with the Zelda movie that we don't know about yet. So, uh I kind of think it's already happening. I don't really care if it happens or not, but it's happening. It's happening, guys. Just prepare yourself. It's happening. And yeah.
Daniel?
That crossover with Detective Pikachu is going to be insane.
Yeah.
But
It's going to be like that
yeah, I
Chip and
don't
Dale
feel the
movie.
need. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think I need it to be a cinematic universe. I think best case scenario, it ends up having a few good movies and then it kind of gets weird pretty quick. But yeah,
I will say I want a like dark anime of Fire Emblem. Like I would love to see that in the movie theater.
I'm happy to get more movies around it. I just don't need it to all be the same thing. Like I don't need like the post credit scene of the Mario movie to have Marth stumble out of a pile of mushrooms or something and be like, "Hey guys, what's going on?" Like I don't need that.
Yeah.
Can't see that being something I'd like to see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting. And I don't like it. I don't like it.
And Stephanie K asks, what would you like to see in the post credits of the Nintendo movie?
Wart.
Yeah, I agree. Wart.
What's the name of the little wood guy from Super Mario RPG? Him. What's his name? I'll have to look it up.
So
Gino, right?
Gino. So the thing about that is that they would actually have to have Square Enix present that to them. Like or allow them to be used like a license thing, because Gino is Square Enix, Squaresoft, I should say, property, not Nintendo.
So dumb. Why are those characters split up like that?
I know, just like for the sake of a post credit thing, just let him be in there. Have Paul Rudd voice him or something. Just like throw some voice.
Yeah.
Just have him show up, have a few lines. They don't have to go anywhere with it. Just I think it'd be really cool to see him, especially since he's like folklore at this point.
That'd be cool.
I'd be surprised if he is like an Easter egg in the movie.
You really missed an opportunity to say Yoshi Egg.
Boo.
Yeah. Boo will probably be in the game too, or in the movie too. You're right.
But what? I could probably see that happening. So.
Well, there's already 5,000 songs in Mario Kart. Why wouldn't a Boo be in the game in the movie?
That is true.
Maybe they're saving Boo for the HBO Max series.
You're right. Boo's Clues.
They also could bring Mario Brothers that was on the Atari 2600. That could be.
By the way, speaking of old stuff, did you see? I got fooled by Nintendo Life on their April Fool's thing when they said there was a Zelda CDI collection being remastered for the Switch. I got kind of excited, and then I was like, "Oh, I forgot April Fool's was still a thing."
That's the worst thing in the world.
I completely laughed at that. I'm like, that's never going to happen.
Oh, I got fooled.
I thought it was a great idea. I agree with you. I thought that'd be fun. Why not?
I think in terms of a historical preservation perspective, especially because like those games are so hard to come by at this point, that like I think it would totally be super interesting to see something like that. But also like those games are not very good. What if you package those 3 games and the animated series together in one package? Sign me
awful
up.
Collection.
How quickly that would sell out.
I know. Anyways, before we get too far down the path of Wand of Gamelon or the Face of Evil, get me out of here. Get me out of here.
Well, everybody, that's going to be it for Nintendo Pow Block. Have a great week. Have a great weekend. And we will see you next time on Nintendo Pow Block. Bye, everybody. Woohoo!
Bye.
Nintendo Pow Block is a product of Boss Rush Media, LLC, and is recorded from our headquarters in Akron, Ohio. The show is hosted by me, Edward Varnell. My co-hosts are Corey Dirrig and Cordy Yikes. You can find Corey at I am Corey in HD on Twitter and Instagram, as well as hosting the Boss Rush Podcast and Tower Casuals, the Destiny Podcast. You can find Cordy at Cordy_Yikes on Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. You can find me at That Retro Code on Twitter and Instagram. Follow Nintendo Pow Block on all social media platforms at Pow Block Podcast. You can also follow Boss Rush Media and Boss Rush Network on all major social media platforms. Join the Boss Rush Network Discord and Facebook groups to interact with other friends and fans. Visit bossrush.net for more great content and patreon.com/bossrushmedia to learn how you can support this show. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.